At least one more Maple Leaf will be announced as an injury replacement for the Four Nations face-off. Take it or leave it, Rosie.
I'm going to leave it, not because it couldn't happen or it shouldn't happen or whatever. I just think that they're going to go forward with what they have. I don't know. Who do you lean towards? You lean towards JT or Tanev or someone who else could sneak in there? I don't. I just don't see it happening, and it's fine with me. I got more my mind on the real trophy at the end of this road than at the Four Nations Cup, whatever that trophy is.
I'm gonna go with take it because I think Pontus Holmberg's gonna be on Sweden. No, I'm kidding. I think there's an opportunity for Oliver Ekman Larsson. I think
Mm,
you start there with Sweden and Anthony Stolarz. The way this
yeah.
guy's playing, I think he would be in the conversation if something happened to the crease for Team
I, th-
USA.
I think he would be if it was
Yeah,
the Canadian team, but
yeah, he'd be the starter on Team Canada.
they're pretty heavy over there. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you need an injury. I mean, how the hell are we supposed to predict injuries, right? I
True.
don't. I have no idea, but I think the guys we're talking about are a couple away, and I don't. I think guys are probably gonna. I mean, how the hell would I know? I just don't. I don't know if guys are gonna get hurt or not. I just say leave it. I'm not focused on that. Let's focus on the Leafs, and they pick their team, go play your tournament, and I don't really care.
No, that's fair. I'm very curious about that tournament in general. We talked about it a bit earlier on, but like, is it going to be like reminiscent of like Sheldon Keefe's Maple Leafs in the preseason, or are we going to see like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs atmosphere?
Yeah.
That's my wonder with that tourney. Anyways, a Maple Leafs goalie will finish top 5 in Vezina voting. Take it or leave it, Rosie.
Well, I'm taking that, man. I think both of them could be in the running for that top 5. Are they going to win it? I think that's kind of a long shot. You'd kind of have to get stupidly hot and do something very special, but they're both right there. They're both right there as two of the best goaltenders in the league, numbers wise, performance wise, just the way they do it, like making those saves at the right time, giving their team a chance to win every single bloody night. Like, again, what's the date right now? And we can count on one hand how many little squeakers each one of them has let
True.
in. Anytime they do let a goal and they're like, God damn it, because they're almost thinking shutout every night. Like, they're everywhere, man. I think they're phenomenal. I think they're going to continue with that and be in the running for that Vesna conversation. You?
Give me the Jennings Trophy to the Leafs. I looked it up. I've never won the Jennings Trophy for the best statistical numbers by your tandem in the regular season. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that. But yeah, I would have to take it as well. I think it's Connor Hellebuck's award to lose right now. Granted, we're 25 games into this. I think Jake Onger would be into the conversation. A couple other guys, but I think Stolarz, the way he has played, I think he'd be a top three guy for me right now in terms of a nomination because I think he's been that good. Like both guys have been really good, but namely Stolarz.
If they hand it out today, I think Stoley's in the top 5.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I still think Connor Hellebuck, it's his award. I can't forget Philip Gustafson in Minnesota as well. But there's some good surprising guys in the conversation this year, which I think is kind of cool. Last but not least, you'll like this one. He played where is it? 921 in his return from a 5-game suspension. Ryan Reeves will play at least 40 more games this season. They have 57 left in the regular season. Take it or leave it, Rosie.
So to sit out 17 and play 40, Chiefs certainly seems to like having him in there.
He
Leaning
does.
towards that.
Is he gonna fight this year? Like, what's going on?
I know. It's so hard for me not to be like a hypocrite or a complete
Yeah,
dickhead by saying I just don't see a ton of value in, like, if he was running around and
I
having
didn't
these, oh my
notice him
God,
last
there he
night.
goes again and just crushing a guy. And then, oh, did you see that hit? And then the crowd's going nuts. And then he gets off and everyone's clapping and cheering. And then out goes Austin and out goes Marner. And holy shit. Like, I love that. But I don't seem to notice him doing that. And for that reason, I'm going to say leave it. I think that eventually these guys will get healthy and the lineup will start to plinko down and guys will start to get bumped. And I think he's going to be one of them. And I think that they're going to go on this ridiculous run to kind of, this middle third of the season. That's going to be very difficult for him to play that many games and be in the lineup for that long when guys are healthy.
Yeah, that's a leave it for me too. I think there's suddenly depth on this roster first and foremost, and he's an enforcer who doesn't fight. Like he's not fighting. And to your point, like I did not notice him. He had 3 hits against Nashville. Maybe he's getting his feet wet again after missing 5 due to suspension, but if you're not really making a difference, we know he's not providing offense. Like, what are you doing? We've been saying this for a couple of years. Like, I think the perfect way to deploy Ryan Reeves is to pick your spots against more physical teams, against teams who have that type of player on their roster. But I don't see it making much sense to play him every game, which they have been for the most part when healthy.
Yeah, his default seems to be in the lineup, and I'm just kind of wondering if that will
Yeah.
change. It's what the heck was I gonna say? I can't remember, but again, yeah, if he's I know what I was gonna say. The other thing
You
is,
good or what?
yeah, I had a little meltdown there. I think that the big difference now is that this team has team toughness now. You know, throw back to Marner being the guy that jumps in there and then Nyes jumps in there. Like, no one on this team is going to take any bullshit. Where before, the teams of the past, these Toronto Maple Leafs, when they were scared out of their freaking minds and got bullied around and pushed, and these arrogant teams came in and just made a mockery of them. Yeah, you might need Revo there patrolling, saying, touch one of these guys and I'm going to take, you know, a big run at one of your guys or at you, or, you know, whatever you need to do. And that's just not necessary anymore. They're not getting pushed around. They're pushing teams around. They're not getting bullied. They are the bullies. They seem to be in control of way more games than they're not. And it's usually where you need to go get that scrap and try to stir the pot is when you're behind the 8 ball and you're spinning your wheels and you can't get any momentum going. All right, get Revo out there, have them run around and get, and if anyone asks, spring load your gloves and shit can them and get everyone fired up. That's not really necessary in this season so far. So another reason I think he might have to potentially take a back seat down the road here.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.